שלום, ברוכים הבאים לפודקאסט של שפות-שלי, בית ספר לאנגלית ושפות נוספות. אני האריאל, אני נמצא כאן עם ג'וש. How are you, Josh?
I'm good, Ariel. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good seeing you too. And again on a Friday.
Again on a Friday, which is nice. Feeling good this week, not like last week. I'm feeling healthy again.
Yeah, I still feel healthy.
Okay, so today we have an interesting topic for if you're feeling good.
We're going to be talking about tourism.
Okay.
But not just any type of tourism. Tourism and food. We don't think about it because when we go touring or when we go on a trip, we usually think about the places, the people, the sights, right? The experiences. Chavayot, exactly. The experiences. But we don't actually realize that food plays a large part of that as well.
אוכל.
So what I have for you are some statistics, facts, but some of them may be true and some of them may be false.
Okay.
So I'm going to read the first one.
עובדות. So we're going to נעבור על כמה עובדות.
Yeah.
חלקם נכונים, חלקם לא נכונים.
Yeah.
בוא נראה.
All right. So my first fact for you, עובדה, is according to an international survey. מה זה survey?
survey זה מחקר.
מחקר, הם שואלים אנשים, אולי דרך טלפון.
שאלון.
שאלון, yeah. So, according to an international survey, שאלון בינלאומי, 74% of people believe that food and drink, אוכל ושתייה, do not play an important role in a trip. אין להם כזה חשיבות בטיול. יפה. All right, so do you think that's true or false? Let's give
אני חושב לדעתי שזה false, לא נכון, כי אני בעצם, אני אומר על דעת, כאילו, איך אני רואה את זה? Personally, כשאני נוסע למקומות, food plays a major role for me, like to try the local cuisine, את האוכל המקומי, ואני מאוד אוהב לאכול. Food is one of my biggest pleasures in life.
Well, we can reduce this question, אפשר להקטין את השאלה to this. How many people do you know that don't like food? כמה אנשים אתה מכיר שלא אוהבים אוכל?
יש כמה, אבל מעט מאוד.
מעט. So we know that it's probably false. Okay. So the truth is that 83%, 83% of people, according to surveys, international surveys, believe that food and drink are important.
83%, זה כמעט הרוב.
Yeah, important to their traveling experience.
Okay.
All right. Nice. Do you want to read the next fact?
Yeah. Okay. So according to surveys conducted around the world, לפי שאלונים או מחקרים בינלאומיים שעשו סביב העולם,
around the world,
the best food is from China and Japan.
That sounds true. I love Chinese food and I love Japanese food
as well. I've actually tried some very special tuna, fat-bedding tuna.
Wow, that
שזה
sounds
טונה
good.
מאוד מאוד מסוים במזרח. זה טונה the fish, actually very large fish, and take out from the middle of the belly, they take out like the tuna. It's very, very soft, very delicious.
So you take out the meat from that. So this tuna has extra meat around the belly. Probably.
Yeah. It's like extra textured. It's like really, it's like it melts in your mouth.
Wow.
איך הוא melts?
זה מנמס.
כן.
מנמס.
No, מנמס is not the right word. נמאס, I think.
No, מנמס.
Okay.
So
okay, we're working on a Hebrew, but
okay. So that is actually false. Okay. According to these surveys, the best food is from Spain, Greece, Yavan, Italy, and France.
Okay.
I would say this is very Eurocentric, ממש מסביב של אירופה. I personally disagree. I don't really like Spanish food, Greek food, Italian food, or French food.
Really?
I'm not a fan of any of that
Look,
stuff.
I've got a very good friend, חבר טוב, who's a food, let's say, reviewer or connoisseur.
Okay, he's a foodie.
He does food blogs and food travel. And according to him, one of the best places to eat food on earth, apparently, is a little place called San Sebastian in Spain. Okay, it's one of these small local places. He said there's a few restaurants there that are next level delicious. And he's actually very, very well-traveled, because that's what he does. He tastes food in different places.
He's well-traveled?
Well-traveled.
מה זה אומר לקרוא בן אדם well-traveled?
well-traveled זה בן אדם שמתויר טוב. הוא בן אדם שהתעסק הרבה בתיירות, תיירות אוכל ספציפי.
מכיר תרבויות.
הוא מכיר תרבויות, אבל הוא מתעסק בתיירות אוכל. ואם אתם רוצים לנסוע למקום שככה שמעתי, שמאוד מאוד טעים ויש אוכל מאוד מיוחד, זה במקום שקוראים לו סן סבסטיאן in Spain, sorry. אבל אני יכול להגיד לך מניסיון שלי, French food, I've tried a few interesting things, like escargot.
I was going to say.
You had escargot before?
Never, and I never will.
You never will.
And I'm not going to say why on the air, because I don't want to ruin it for other people, but snails are not clean animals.
Okay, so what they do is, these snails are, they actually look like the snails you see on the street.
I'm sure.
And they come with a shell and everything, and they put them like in a plate, and they mix it with shum, garlic, and
well, that makes sense.
And pesto and all different stuff. And then the actual meat of it, though, and they give you like this clips that you hold the shell, and there's a little fork, mazlekatan, and you got to take out the meat from the inside.
Yeah.
And it looks disgusting. And I was actually forced to try it by this foodie that I went with. And I was like, I can't eat this. Yeah. He's like, no, you're going to eat this. And the moment I took a bite, it was changed my perception of the way we visualize and the taste of food, because there is a lot behind it. It's delicious. Okay.
Well, there's also a symbiotic relationship between many snails and a parasitic worm. So I will never eat a snail in my entire life.
Look, firstly, it's not kosher. So
yeah,
that's a good start.
Yeah.
Secondly, a lot of people keep kosher. So food tourism is out of the window, instead of, you can still taste local cuisine, but mainly on the fish side and stuff like that. Very difficult. But in Israel, there's plenty of good kosher food tourism, shukim and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Markets. All right, let's go to the next fact.
So the next fact is, most tourists who tour for food come from China.
I would say, look, Americans like to eat a lot.
Yeah, but China has a very big population.
But what I think, Chinese like to shop a lot, what I've seen. And I wouldn't say this specifically just from China. I would say that's false.
Okay. All right. I wouldn't know. What is the truth, Ariel?
The truth of this fact is that most foodies or food tourists come from Europe. And then the next ones will be from America. Interesting.
Yeah, North America.
North America. Okay.
Very cool.
All right. I want to ask you a few personal questions.
Okay. I hate
Personal question number one.
Okay.
How important is food for you when you go on a trip?
Well, it's more so not the food itself, but it's not the type of food, but at this point in my life, I care more about the nutritional value. If it's healthy food, if it's clean food, if I'm going to get sick or not.
Okay.
As well, I stay away from all foods that have vegetable oil in it. Any sort of vegetable oil.
Fried, you're saying fried food?
No, fried. If it's fried in, the oil or fat of an animal, then it's fine. But vegetable oil is something I stay away from.
Why?
It's a different discussion, but it's not good for your body's metabolism.
Okay. And what is the most exotic, מה הדבר הכי exotic that you've eaten before?
I don't know. I for the most of my life, I've had a kosher diet, so it's not really that exotic. I've given this restaurant a huge shout out almost every time on our podcast we talk about food. But Blue Star Cafe, it was a cafe back in my hometown. It's not actually a cafe; it was a Somali restaurant, and they served
Somali.
Yeah, it was I really like Somali food actually. I found. And,
okay, אז תקשיבו טוב. ג'וש אוהב אוכל מסומליה.
כן, מסומל.
מה זה Somalian food?
So it's like a lot of rice with...
It's an African dish.
It's an African dish, a lot of rice. And then this dish they had fish, other types, but I always got the goat. Goat is basically very much like lamb or kevis, but there's not a lot of fat in it. Ein hamon shuman.
Okay.
Zarak basar. So it's a little bit like a chewier and a lot more protein rich, I think.
Okay.
So that's my favorite thing.
But goat with rice?
Goat with rice, and then they add this, spicy green sauce too.
Is the meal spicy?
It can be if you add the sauce.
Okay. So that's your favorite
exotic dish.
And they called it Blue Star?
The name of the place is Blue Star Cafe.
That's a pretty westernized name for Somali
Well,
restaurant.
it's because they have a blue star on their flag, I believe. It's something to do with
Oh,
the country. From what I understand, you can't quote me, but it's something related to the culture.
Okay. All right. I learned something new.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite type of cuisine? cuisine, מה זה cuisine קודם?
cuisine זה סוג של אוכל, כאילו איטלקי,
זה מטבח.
צרפתי מטבח.
אבל זה לא מטבח פיזי, זה המטבח של הטעם של האוכל, הסוג של אוכל, right? So, what's your favorite type of cuisine? My favorite is either African cuisine or Arabic, Middle Eastern cuisine.
I prefer the Middle Eastern cuisine, Arabic Middle Eastern cuisine. I just love it. I love the taste. I love the mixed texture. I love the different types of food.
The seasoning.
The seasoning, yeah. I'm really, really big into, and luckily we live in the Middle East, so we're exposed. We're living in the right place to eat that cuisine.
Yeah.
But, you know, I like to mix it up. Sometimes Italian, sometimes French, Russian cuisine, if you've tried.
Russian cuisine is very good. However, there's a lot of cabbage in that. And whenever I eat a lot of cabbage, my stomach kind of turns into a natural gas...
A natural gas factory.
Yeah, we could supply Europe with it. So solve the crisis with Russia. Actually, that could be the thing. It's not magil. All right. So what I'd like to talk about a little bit is something that I see a lot in Israel is the type of cuisine. In America, we have a very diverse achlusia. יש לנו achlusia מעורבת. So there are people from specifically all parts of Asia.
Okay.
China, Tibet,
India,
Vietnam, India, right? Thailand, the Philippines.
The cuisine is very, very good.
Yes. However, in Israel, oftentimes it's just listed as Okhel Asiati. You could see it at one place where they have sushi, but they also have...
It's westernized. It's not authentic.
It's westernized and it's not authentic, but also there's a label that we have, and the label is Oriental. And Oriental is a term that some people use in the West as well as not in the West to refer to Ochel Mehamizrach. Now, something that I'd like to give my 2 cents here, my personal opinion from experience, is that in America, in America, we don't use the word Oriental. זה לא כזה politically correct, כי זה כזה מילה שכזה שם את כל קבוצה של המקום האסייתי, ואפילו אנחנו, המזרח התיכון, אפילו אנחנו, כזה דבר אחת. אז מתי שאומרים אוריינטל פוד, זה נשמע שאתה כזה חושב שסושי זה אותו דבר של פלאפל, נכון? או אתה חושב שזה מאותו מקום.
או קארי זה סמי זה...
כן, קארי, כן, שזה בעצם מאותו מקום.
It's different cuisine.
שכל בן אדם ביבשת אסיה הוא בעצם אותו תרבות. All right, so we're going to end this podcast off on something kind of interesting. היום אנחנו נדבר על כמה חוגים של אוכל בעולם.
חוגים?
חוגים. חג.
חגים.
חגים, מצטער.
Festivals.
Festivals, very
or
good.
holidays.
Holidays. Okay. So the first festival is from Italy. I think anyone could guess it. It's called Pizza Fest. And Pizza Fest is a holiday where everyone celebrates pizza. They try pizza from all these different cooks, and it lasts for 11 days. Would you want to go to this festival?
I'd love to.
I wouldn't. I don't like pizza.
I love pizza. I love it. Me lo have pizza.
I'm not a fan of pizza.
No?
I don't eat carbs. But I do like pizza with pineapple.
That's why you're skinny.
That's how I stay skinny.
Okay.
The next festival we have is something in the US. It's called the Bacon Fest.
Okay.
As חוג של bacon, basar חזיר.
Okay.
And basically, they will do everything with bacon. They will give you chocolate-covered bacon, fried bacon, things wrapped in bacon,
bacon cocktails.
Everything. Shtiyot in bacon.
Ew.
It's not for me. I keep kosher. I don't eat bacon. But to some people, maybe it'd be fun.
Okay.
Now, the last one we're going to talk about before we say goodbye is something very strange. It's called Bug Fest. אתה יודע מה זה bug?
bug זה סוג של חריקים.
ג'וקים. לא ג'וקים בעצם. חרק, כן. And Bug Fest is a festival where people can eat bugs. אבל לא סתם.
It's the main ingredient.
It's the main ingredient.
מה זה main ingredient?
החומר כזה...
המרכיב המרכזי.
המרכזי, כן.
אוקיי. זה המרכיב המרכזי במנה. So if you like, say for example, if you like pasta bolognese, so pasta is the main ingredient. Here you'll be eating bolognese with bugs.
כן.
Bugs would be your...
אולי כנראה זה לא, זה רוב הזמן זה מטוגן, ומה שאני מבין, אני לא טעמתי, כן, הם עושים את זה שזה כזה crispy.
Bugs.
Bugs, yes. Now, I've never had this, but from what I've heard, bugs offer an amazing source of protein.
Okay.
זה חלבון מטורף לגוף.
Are they kosher?
So that's interesting. I've had a discussion with one of my students who is, in fact, more observant, הוא כזה יותר דתי, והוא אמר לי שמתי שהיהודים במצרים היו כזה 4 סוגים של locusts. מה זה locusts?
locust זה ערבים, כאילו, מכת הרבה.
כן.
אז כאילו locust.
כן, אז יש... כן, מהסיפור של פסח.
נכון.
אז יש 4 סוגים שנמצאים במדבר.
4 סוגים של לוקוס.
כן, זה תלוי על הצבע שלהם, שהם באמת כשר, זה כשר.
אוקיי.
זה אפשר לאכול אותם. וזה היה כזה בזמן שהיהודים היו במדבר, בסיני.
The locust is still to this day in some areas considered a very delicious cuisine. I've never tried it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit against my way, but I wouldn't try it. It's too much for me. You know, in South Africa as well, they've got a restaurant called the Carnivore, which is, it serves you all different types of meats of all different types of wild animals.
Oh, that
so you can get
awesome.
like giraffe, you can get elephant, you can try whale.
I would try. Whales are endangered. I don't think I'd want to eat whales. But anything else would be cool.
Yeah, so they got all different types of animals. And yeah, it was nice chatting today. An interesting topic. You made me hungry. I'm hungry now.
Yeah, I'm super. Let's go get some food right now. Let's just finish this and go get food.
That's how we're going to wrap up for today.
Yeah.
Go get food.
Yeah.
We hope we didn't make you too hungry, but on your next trip, on your next food in festival or food journey or food vacation,
Think about us.
think about us. Where you want to go to which festival? The Pizza Fest, the Bug Fest. Stay away from the Bacon Fest. It's not kosher.
Unless that's your thing.
Unless that's your thing. Okay. Anyways, thanks for listening. If you guys want to reach out to us, give us a call on 0-0-5-3-5-5-0-1976. שלחו לנו מייל, info@שפות-שלי.co.il.
Or Instagram.
We're always available. If you want to come join us on the podcast, taste some interesting cuisine on live air, we can do that one day. If you want to be a guest, come visit us. תודה רבה לכם. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you so much.
See you again next week.
I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.